welcome to I'd Back That Kickstarter with Gloryhoundd.
DrGloryHogg.
Greg Dickson. Happy New Year!
I know. I feel like, usually when we haven't seen each other in a while, like, there's so many shenanigans happening. So at first I was a little nervous. I was like, oh man, how crazy is this going to get in here today, you know?
We're going to be good.
Well,
I think she's trying to tell us to behave ourselves.
Good-ish, maybe? I don't
good
know.
as ever.
I don't
If
know.
that means anything to anyone.
And I'm trying to get everybody's chat up here. So
She's got
if
all
I
the
missed
chats
something, I
lined up.
apologize. I apologize. I wish that
Oh, that
Facebook
is-
like integrated everything because like we lost that integration of everything. But thanks everybody for joining us and Happy New Year. So
What up?
is there any like news that anybody wants to update us with? I know that we're going to PAX South in
Like 2 weeks?
in a few weeks. So
Something
if
like
you
that.
see us at PAX South, come by and say hi. We're going to be working with Skybound.
Don't wave to us. Just slip me a $5 bill and walk away. And I'll sign something.
He'll sign anything.
I'll sign anything for
That's what I hear.
Anything.
That's what I hear.
Anything for $5.
Just put it in front of his face with a Sharpie.
That's it.
So let's get started. Let's
BYOS.
see here.
Bring your own Sharpie.
Bring your own Sharpie. That's excellent. Why is my thing so crazy? That's not it.
Mike seemed quiet.
Sorry,
somebody
guys.
said.
Sorry.
You guys see
Yeah.
the debate that broke out on Games on Games? No, I did not.
What's the debate?
It's intense, apparently. We need
Yeah,
to,
you guys talk
catch
while I
up.
fix our window
Okay.
capture.
Tell us,
Oh.
David, about the
Yeah,
Gamers
give us a
on
quick,
Games
quick
debate.
summary. Give us a quick summary of what happened.
And then, like we're waiting for David to respond, and he's
Boom.
like using the restroom or
Probably.
something. Has no idea that we're
We're fixed.
stalling for time and waiting for him to say something.
All right.
LunaTix?
And no response. All right.
That's all the time you get for stuff.
No.
So first up, we have LunaTix. I'm so freaking excited about this.
Really?
Yes, so insanely excited. Okay,
Wow.
first impressions. What were you guys' first impressions on this Kickstarter?
Well, first thing I wondered is, did either of you play this on Tabletopia? Because I do like that it's available.
No, I think that's huge. I think that this particular game definitely needed that, being able to play it on Tabletopia to kind of get a feel of the game, because there's so many moving parts to it that, the beginning summary portion and stuff, if you're not super into like astrophysics or astronomy or anything like that, you could get a little lost. You know,
Who wouldn't be
basically.
into astrophysics? Whoa.
And
I
our
don't
first cat
know. I
cameo
don't
of
know.
2019.
So she does not like that.
We got her. It's good.
No.
She's good.
No. So with this
It's fine.
particular game, what you're doing is you're trying to go across the map and then you're looking for different star constellations that you can see. And I love the fact that this is a STEM-based game, so you're learning a ton about the night sky, the fact that, you can only see certain constellations at certain times of the year in certain regions of the world. Like, it's so excitingly informational and stuff that I was
Excitingly
like,
informational.
hold on, I was over the moon with it.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Please send your complaints to P.O.
I want
Box.
one of those like censor buttons where I could just censor her puns.
7-second delay.
Yeah, we get 7 second delay. I'm
They're
like,
like,
oh,
whoa, did she just drop an F-bomb? No, just a horrible
No,
hit
no,
the
just
button
a
and it'll-
terrible
and it'll just
pun.
say pun coming.
It like blacks out her face, so you can't even like read it.
Yeah, I wanna save the world from her puns. I'm sorry, guys.
So I was really excited about this game, but I wonder how other people take it who might not be as into astronomy and physics.
That really
and
was
stuff.
my first impression, that I liked that it was science and education based.
Mhm.
But I feel like that plus could also be its downfall, because I was concerned, like, is this a game first and then educational, or is it like educational first and also a game? And one of the reasons I wanted to ask you about Tabletopia is because from the little run through on Tabletopia that they showed,
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I got a good sense of if there's fun here or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's one I'd like to try, because I'm worried that it's just going to be like, oh, this is an educational tool, and it's also a game. Like I want the focus to be on the fun. You know what I mean? Like that's the way I like my
It's
educational.
the way you
games.
like your games. Yeah. No,
you want it to be fun first and then sort of educational second. Does that make sense?
yeah, I totally
Do
get
you
that.
agree?
Yes.
Okay.
It's hard
I'm glad we had
for
this little chat.
it's hard for me to not like this game because I'm excited about. Oh, we're gonna track star constellations.
so, like, here's
The theming
so
is
excited. No,
fantastic.
Well,
they
here's-
did an amazing. I'm sorry, they did an
No,
amazing
it's
job
okay.
with it.
Gotcha.
Well, so there's like
I know. I'm so
So I
excited.
think the issue is that this is one of the few areas of overlap we don't have. So she loves everything to do with stars, star farts, star gases, everything. If it's up in the sky, she loves it.
You know, we're all just star
And
farts.
we're all just
That's
star
right.
farts in
We
the
are.
wind.
We are.
And I
Don't
am
take yourself too seriously, people.
I am definitely somebody who's more into like biology, microbiology, and like anatomy and those type of things. So I'm like always looking down or
Oh,
around.
he's into anatomy.
And she's always looking up. And so for me, it seems a little overwhelming because I'm not like a space person. So for me, I'm like looking at it, I'm like, this seems almost like a homework project to a certain degree.
But if the game makes learning these things fun,
Right.
then I'm in.
Yeah, I
so
think
that's
the fact.
big thing. I want to like, I'm like ready to say like, you tell me what you think because you understand more of what's going on. So like, I want to know more of like what your opinion is because my opinion is, if I just read the back of this box, I'd be like, whoa, and I'd probably like put it back down
Okay, this
because it
is
seemed like too much.
this is a little off topic, but Pedro mentioned he hopes it doesn't fall with the same mistakes as cytosis
Mm-hmm.
because he said that like cytosis, kind of like we described, it's science, it's learning first and game later. Cytosis was one of the games I got for my wife for Christmas. We haven't played
Is
it
it?
yet, so I'm hoping it's good, but I'm a little nervous now. Thanks, Pedro.
Well, this game is a heavy worker placement game because you are placing your workers on the board and on the map and traveling to different locations in order to get the points on those constellation cards for it. So maybe that's a better board game description, I think, of it.
Does it feel like too predetermined? What's the randomizing factor? Is it just the order like the objectives come up? Because it felt very much like you're just gonna do the same things every time you
don't
play.
Yeah,
know.
it's the-
Every game, there's a chance that the sun can just explode and kill everybody.
That's no.
Yeah,
moon.
it's the order that the objectives come
Okay.
up. So in the beginning, you're shuffling those constellation cards and then you're putting them out, and those come out in random orders. So you're looking on the map, seeing where you might be able to travel to possibly score the points on those constellations there. So that's the big portion of it. And I mean, I love this game. I think it's fantastic. You have a real star map here. You have a portion of the world where you're realizing that, hey, the Earth moves and you can't see everything all year, and the access changes and stuff.
Wait, are you definitively saying the Earth is not flat?
I
Oh,
can
that's
neither
controversial,
confirm or deny.
That's
No.
controversial in 2019.
I don't know. I heard it's donut shaped. So
When I stand outside, I can't see that curve, so I don't know.
yeah, I'm gonna have to build a homemade
The
rocket.
jury is out.
I
To build a
also
homemade
I
rocket.
also
I don't
really
trust
liked
NASA.
the fact that they have the two expansions. The one that is the planetary expansion where they show the different orbits and stuff. And I would imagine, I haven't been able to take a look at that planet expansion. Like, you can see it right there. But I imagine you have to deal with the retrograde motion of planets and stuff like that.
Well, they did say they're gonna add that to Tabletopia soon too.
Oh, that's exciting. I'm so excited about that. And then the Lunar Lander expansion, which looks really fantastic as well, where you're trying to basically make your, lunar lander land on the moon and stuff, but you have to change that versus gravity and stuff. So it's like almost playing like two mini games as you go along. I'm excited about the whole thing, but again, like I said, I think I'm super biased probably on this because
Yeah,
of
I mean,
it.
you're exactly the person I would think of. You, our friend Alex, maybe like Dave. Like, there's a few people that I can think of that would be like, this is so cool because they're people that are already into this type of thing.
Yeah.
So they're going to be like super excited about it. I just don't know if it's something that like you would bust out at a convention and people would be like, "What are you playing? Tell me more. Can I sit in?" That's the part I don't know for sure until I actually get my hands on it and play it.
Yeah, Kabuki Kid says, I thought it was an elephant on the back of a turtle. And
Yeah.
then, Chris is also saying, yeah, we're all on the backs of turtle. That makes complete sense. Absolutely.
I'm okay with that.
So
I like turtles.
you guys are just
Terrapins.
nervous that it's more educational versus.
I think it's a try before you buy kind of thing for me. So I want to jump on.
I want to go on Tabletopia. Yeah.
Because the playthrough that was on here, it felt like it spent more time like showing you how to use Tabletopia to
Right.
manipulate the pieces than it did sort of explain the gameplay.
Yeah, but I liked though that if you go on Tabletopia, they have a full rule book and everything
Yeah.
on there, so you can go through, you can play test it. The designer of the game is super awesome. I've already talked to him. And, I'm sure you can go ahead and try to contact him and ask questions about
Yeah.
it and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
just go to his house, knock on the door.
well, maybe not
No?
that. Yeah, I'm
Too
sure
far?
he wouldn't want that.
His home address is 347. Oh, was I
Yeah.
supposed to say that?
No, Vincent is totally correct. Mini games for schools. Like, I wish that when I took my astronomy class, we had something like this to play, because there were plenty of people in that astronomy class that had a hard time, just like you have a hard time picturing in your mind, the sun is here. And then when things shine out and stuff, because everybody thinks in like a directional way with things. So, like, I love how this game puts that into perspective for everybody, and like in a very easy way, and then makes it into a game. Like, I love that portion.
I
of it.
feel like I'm interested enough that like I'm sure you want to back this. So my opinion
I'm
doesn't
gonna
matter in
back
this case.
that.
But I'm interested to play it. So like I kind of want you to like get it out and explain it to me, and then play it, and then see like what kind of fun I get out of it, being somebody who's not particularly interested in anything that happens above my head. Like once we get outside the ozone, I'm kind of like whatevs, like doomsday rockets, whatever. We're gonna get killed by something. We're gonna eventually get pulled apart by a nebula, something. I don't know.
Yeah. I think
Another
that the
galaxy.
person who is going to be running this game definitely needs to be well versed in
star farts.
moving those trackers around for the daylight time and everything, and moving it into the different positions, because that's really like a really important portion of the game. And I don't know if everybody
Am I gonna learn star navigation from this? So like if I ever get marooned on a boat, I'll be like,
totally.
thanks to StarTix, I know exactly where I am. It's Cassiopeia, bro.
Good thing I packed one board game on this trip.
Is that Orion's belt? Guys, we need to hang a left.
And the other really cool thing about this Kickstarter is the fact
Please
that
tell me more.
this is coming from an observatory, so like a bunch
Yeah.
of scientists put all this
Right.
together and everything, which is really cool. Like,
So the science is right.
yeah, you don't usually get that. Like the
Yeah.
last STEM game that we looked at was, what was it? The STEM, the
Epic
card,
Heroes?
yeah, the Epic Heroes
Yeah.
one. Like, and it was like a card game, and it talked about the scientists and everything, but like that was kind of all. That's the full thing of where it went to.
It was
You
more
know,
of a history game than
it
a
was
science
more of a
game.
history game. You learned about the scientists, and then you learned about, the scientific process and stuff, but that was it. The game itself was not really that exciting. This one, I feel like, with the worker placement and stuff like that, could be very interesting, or at least challenging to play. So I'm going to check this out on Tabletopia. I'm
No.
going to have to say that I would back this. I'd back
Yeah.
this.
I want to check it out first.
Yeah.
I'm excited though. Anything that's science related or educational related, where they're trying to make learning
Is
fun.
that because you were homeschooled and your parents didn't let you know about science?
No, I was not homeschooled.
He was
My
homeschooled.
parents were like, "Get out of the house."
He was
In
homeschooled.
the summertime, they'd be like, "No, sorry, we can only handle like an
And
hour."
then we
at a
lined up all the
time." They made
turtles
me
and we
play
put them on a
outside.
boat.
Well, so you're going to say Tabletopia. You want
I
to
think
play it on
it's a
Tabletopia
try before you
first.
buy for me,
All right.
but I
Maybe we'll have to stream that. We'll all get on
That would be
Tabletopia and then make
Yeah.
fools of ourselves, and it'll be awesome.
yes, but I'm hoping it's good because I want this sort of educational gaming
I'm
to
interested
become more
Enough that even though it's completely out of something that I would normally look at, I'm interested enough to try it.
I'm interested in learning about anything. Learning is great if it's made fun, and that's hopefully what this is doing
Well, absolutely.
on
Because
any subject.
you're looking at, it's perfect. You're looking at the map, you're learning different places in the world, and then you're looking at the star maps, so you're learning different constellations.
Oh, I'm not
and
here to
then
learn, baby.
You're looking at the planetary
I got into board
system.
games
Like,
for the girls.
it has a huge amount of, for the girls.
Mhm.
You got in the board
Wow, she
games for the
actually,
girls.
That actually stopped her in her tracks.
She almost never stops when I'm talking.
She usually doesn't even hear you. I
Even
don't
when I'm
think.
screaming no, she doesn't stop.
Oh,
I
consent,
guess there's a
guys.
safe word.
Consent.
All right, moving on.
She doesn't respect
All right,
safe
so-
words.
Greg, you got to try it.
Yeah, I think so.
DrGloryHogg, you want
I'm
to
pretty sure
try
we're
it?
backing it. So yeah,
Well,
I
yeah,
want to try it.
I want to back
definitely.
this. Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
So
is there also like a push your luck element? It seems like you play like the first half for a while, and then you
yeah,
check
you have to collect all
see-
enough information
Right.
information
'cause
to
you
get to
can-
the moon.
You could get out there and then be like, you don't know enough. You're dead.
Right, and is
It's
that
a
just,
race.
Is that just a card flip?
What do you mean?
Like
don't know.
okay, that's the part that I was also a little iffy on.
Because
But
you do have to have the right amount of knowledge to get there.
right.
Yeah, I
I
think
just
once
wanna
you hit
know-
that barrier of knowledge, that you're able to progress in the game and then hit that moon. So I think it's a race, just to try
Yes,
to
it's a race.
try to get as many points as possible to get you onto those other
Right.
missions so
Which
you
I
can
think is
complete it.
thematic because you're
Yeah.
racing around trying to see everything.
Is
on
there
the
going to be a
Right.
fan-made Thanos edition where Thanos comes down and decides which planets live?
Aw, so sad. All right. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
don't know.
end game is push your luck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the end game I think is more
Yeah.
push your luck. So,
Which I
it's
think
really
is-
interesting.
That's fun. I mean, it's not just. I mean, I think that's cool that they incorporated that.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot. Hopefully, there's a lot of game there.
And then if you're both racing at the end, like trying to land your lunar lander at the end and stuff.
And that's
like,
a moment of tension as well.
Right, exactly. So that's exciting as well. So, like, we're gonna get this on Tabletopia. It's gonna be awesome. We'll have to stay tuned for that, guys. Hopefully we can play that maybe this weekend. Next up, we have Nocturion. Nocturion. What were you guys' first impressions about this one?
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Especially the
Beautiful.
board and
So
the building art.
Yeah, it's the artist from they did the new updated brass.
Yeah, I know. I was like, wow, that's a huge get, and it shows. I mean, it just pops. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, the board looks gorgeous. The cards look
I think it
fantastic.
looks kind of cool that you like recruit beasts on your side and stuff. So you're not like just like, oh, I've got 3 villagers, so I can do this move. You're like, yeah, I got a copper dragon. What's up?
This is a heavy worker placement game, and this is by Vesuvius Media.
Yeah, it's like 90 pounds.
Yeah, and like, well, it's
I might have
like
overestimated that.
a child size.
It weighs the same as like 45 burritos.
This is for 2 to 4 players, and it plays at about
It is
40 to
lunchtime.
60 minutes. So, you know, whenever there's some games that I come across that, although they look amazingly fantastic, like it looks beautiful, but I don't know what it is about this game. It doesn't like capture my attention. Like I keep thinking, why would I want to play this game? Does that make sense?
Okay.
I'm like of an opposite opinion with the price point and stuff, and it being worker placement. I kind of feel like it's the safest bet we've seen in a while, right? Because like sometimes it's
But is
risky.
it too safe? Is it just going to feel like another worker placement, or is it going to bring something new to it?
I think if you just like, I enjoy this theme in general, like you know,
Sure.
mystical beasts and medieval and stuff.
Yeah.
So for me, it just seems like it's probably going to be something I enjoy. I just don't know if it's going to be if it's something I'm just like so excited about that I'm like I'm going to throw away Lords of Waterdeep to put this in my collection.
Well, it
you know?
kind of reminds me of Lords of Waterdeep.
Well, and it has like I wonder how strong the take that element is in it because you know, you can craft armor or you can do curses and beasts and stuff and you can
House
essentially
relics.
you can essentially attack other players with that. So you can use them for quests as well as like hindering other players. So like is this just a battle to like make everybody else lose so you win? Like
That's all estates
That's not
is.
necessarily a bad thing.
I was
That's
gonna
all I
say-
do in the estates.
that sounds
I'm like, oh, you want to cap my thing? Cool. I'm just gonna make
cool.
everybody go
Let's
negative.
burn this game down, okay? That's
Every
exactly
time.
what happens
My
in the
goal is to
estates.
win with like a minus 30.
Yeah, I can understand what you're saying. You didn't feel like immediately just grabbed by this game, but on the other side of that, I also just feel like it's probably gonna just be good. Like, I feel like it's like one of the safest things we've looked at for like $35. You're like, I mean, even if it was like not your favorite, like I feel like you could pass it on to somebody who would probably enjoy it a lot, whose collection maybe is not as big.
Was it only 35?
Yeah, it was like really inexpensive.
I thought it was more. Wow, that is crazy.
Right?
Yeah, the base
affordable.
level on
like
that's
a
35.
Yeah, that's like asking for Trouble's pricing. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
pretty
no, that is
inexpensive.
crazy cheap. I was remembering it more. Okay.
Well, I mean, you have mostly just cards and then the board
Right.
and stuff. Yeah, so
Yeah.
like that's a really
No,
decent
I
price
do like
for
the
it.
idea
Yeah.
of like collecting beasts to kind of help you out. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do that kind of like with some
You
dungeon
just
pets
want
and some
a
other ones.
werewolf. You just want a werewolf
well,
beast.
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
if I could
mean,
have a
that's
werewolf,
just
Or
that's
be
what
a
it's
werewolf.
all
I don't
about.
think this community is zoned for werewolves, though.
I mean, if a werewolf was
You
like,
might
Well,
have to check with
if
the
a werewolf
HOA.
was
You
to knock
know.
on my door, I'd be like, dude, if you want to buy me, that's cool. I'm not gonna force you, but I mean, I'm not gonna fight.
Yeah, I don't know what
oh
it
no,
is
my
about this.
leg
I
is
feel
broke.
like
Don't bite me.
I feel like if this game has the heavy take that element, like I'm down for it. I'm like, okay, well, like I understand how this works and stuff. If this game is just primarily a worker placement where I'm just like
Collect resources.
collecting
turn
resources,
for
yeah, exactly. I'm
cards.
like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, well, that doesn't seem as interesting to me. Like I like worker placement games, but
You like screwing over people.
I like the
She didn't deny it.
She's like, yeah, kind
but
of.
I like the progression in that where you have like this end goal of things and you're trying to collect a certain amount of things and like there's a progression as you do the worker placement, whereas this is like too much randomization for that sort of style. Does that make sense?
I don't think it seems overly random.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
What part seems random? You mean
No,
just
like
the,
you draw cards. You
Yeah.
draw
I think
cards,
maybe
and
she's
then
thinking
those
of
are
the
the quests that
dice.
you have to fulfill,
Yeah.
That's all worker placements.
and which is
For the
all
most
worker
part.
placement resource
Yeah.
portions. And if that's the entire game, where it's just you draw cards and then you go and get your resources and stuff. You don't have the cool thing about worker
just-
placement games is that everybody's shooting for the same thing, so you're trying to bump people
You
out
get
of
in each
things.
other's way.
And exactly, like
Well,
that's the
there's-
whole
I
point of
think
it.
this does have the asymmetrical thing too, and as you get more armor, it unlocks more of your like clan's powers and
Yeah, I
stuff.
feel like you could shift your focus in this game, which seemed promising. Like you could be like, no, well, I'll work on my own board instead.
Because what you describe is just like Lords of Waterdeep, which is a perfectly fine game. I enjoy it very much.
Right, and the whole point of Lords of Waterdeep is, you're going on quests, but you're fighting for those quests. You're fighting for getting your workers in certain
Yeah, I think they'll
placements
still be
at certain
doing that here.
times.
I don't see why you wouldn't. I mean, there's still going to be resources that are just going to be better.
Yeah, but
like
if you're
good
just
resource
getting like a
spots.
deck of cards and then you're like getting, here's your quest and there's your quest. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not gonna fight tooth and nail to defend this either, because I was a little on the fence also.
Were
but
you?
I think there's more to it than what you're describing.
What I like too is there's a deluxe edition, which I don't feel like I have to get. But a lot of the stretch goals are going to be like more quests, more beasts. So like I feel like that's getting added in, and it's already funded. So it seems just, I don't know, it just feels to me like a super safe buy. Like, I mean, I'm
For
not.
how
Okay.
cheap it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not one that I feel like super passionate about. Like I need to get up on my roof and scream,
Right.
"This is Tidal Blades, y'all! Check it out!" But like, it does seem like something that I probably will enjoy, and something that like I would pick up at a store, I'd pick up at a convention, and I probably wouldn't be upset about picking it up.
Okay.
There's certainly nothing about it that looks bad to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I there weren't any red flags going through this one.
No, there's
The
not
art
any
is
red
good,
flags.
The price
Yeah.
is good. It feels like there's a
Price is
variety
really
of
good.
ways to score. It comes with a comic book. It has some cool extras. I mean,
Yeah, if you want to go deluxe, you can get
Yeah.
like
it
cool
just
metal swords.
it just also could be too safe and just be kind of meh. And that's the part where it's like there's something wrong with it, but there's also nothing that jumps out as like, here's our gimmick.
Like
Here's
almost
what's
like
gonna grab you.
the IP is not going to be enough to grab you because you're
It's
kind of like,
safe.
oh well,
Yeah.
it's dragons and kind of
Yeah.
it's familiar territory.
Well, and this is by Vesuvius Media, which they did that dwarves game with the 7 in it. It's like
Yeah, and I never
DWAR
played that one.
7S,
Oh, yeah, we played
like
that one.
I don't know what it is
Did
about
you guys
people
like
spelling games weird names weird. I'm like, why can't is the entity just owned? Like, why can't you just add something to the end? I'd rather it be like that instead of having to explain every time dwarves. No, with a 7. With the 7, guys. Look it up.
I blame I blame corn with its backwards R.
Well, we have
in
have
the 90s.
Kraken
Toys R Us.
Ataken that
Toys R
also
Us,
that
oh,
also had
even older.
their Ataken spelled all weird. I'm like,
But at
come
least
on,
it's
guys.
like you can see why
Come
they did it. Did you guys play that dwarves game with the 7 in it?
Yes, we did.
Okay,
We did.
I haven't. So I mean, you've got sort of more history with this company. So
Right.
we played it like a
You're
couple
just
times.
you're
was
calling
just-
this as more informed.
That one was just kind of like
It looked amazing. Dwarves looks amazing. It looks like it's a worker placement game. It like the premise of I was reading the rules.
The
I was like,
dwarves
this
look
is
more
going to
like
be
gnomes, but-
fantastic. And
Tall hands.
again, it was
Yeah.
one of those worker placement games where like it just fell short and you don't know why. Like it felt
just
like
missing
all of
an
the
X
elements were
factor.
there.
yeah, it
like
wasn't bad. We played it. I'm pretty sure I won. It was just kind of
Yeah.
like at the end of it, we didn't like
So
rush
that
to get it
must-
back out.
That must be part of your
I'm a little
hesitation
nervous
on
about
this
that.
one.
I'm just a
Yeah.
little nervous about
I
it.
like the theme of this one better. It seems a little bit darker.
It does. It's a dark fantasy game, so
Ooh.
I think it's a try
Ooh.
before you buy
Your
for me.
darkest
try before you buy.
fantasies.
Okay, so Greg, try before you buy.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to back it at 35. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Worst case, I could just regift it.
That's true. I'm
That's
not
up
even
you.
gonna.
Oh, I was about to say that I really don't need to
I have
back
lots
it.
of friends that aren't super into gaming, so their collections are like
Yeah.
they've got like 10 games. So for
I
them,
like-
this could be like their next favorite game.
Right, right.
I like Kabuki Kid's comment here.
the Teotihuacan.
Yes.
He says
Then
or-
nobody can.
or name your
pronounce
game
it.
Teotihuacan and really goof everyone out.
There we go.
That's funny. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to say I would like to try this before I buy it. I'm not 100% on it, and it's just a feeling, guys. Like if you like the game and you think it's awesome, go ahead and back it. It's just a feeling for
Yeah,
me
there's
where
no
I'm
bet-
like, wow, like why do I want to play it? So
There's no red flags here.
no red
So I
flags at
think
all.
if
Looks
you,
amazing.
If you look through it,
She just doesn't have the hype.
I think
Yeah,
I think
I
there's
just don't have the
certain
hype
ones
for it.
where we say we're not going to back it, and you don't think you should either. Whereas this one, I'm kind of feel like there's that distinction where it's like we're probably not going to back it, but it doesn't look bad. And so, if, there's nothing here that like scares us, and it would create us wanting to warn you against it.
TC Richardson says, "Man, the glories are hard to please today." Well, I did like LunaTix, okay? So I did like the one.
And I'm
All right.
always
I know
hard to
she
please.
likes I know she likes LunaTix enough that I just don't even really want to.
You're like,
it.
yeah,
How much
yeah.
was
She's just gonna
LunaTix
get it.
Too, going
It wasn't
back.
that expensive either.
LunaTix was 44 for
Yeah.
the base game on that, so it was not bad at all. Like
Another
it was
affordable
perfect. Yeah, if you wanted the whole set, I think you're getting up into that close to that 100 mark. But yeah, for just the Star Trackers edition, it was 44, which was super. I mean, that's a great price for all the
Yeah.
stuff you're getting. All right, next up we have Kraken Ataken.
Yeah, once again, the crazy spelling. yeah.
Yes, with ridiculous spelling. The most exciting thing about this game is being a Kraken. I'm so
That
excited
is
about
kind of
being
cool
a
that
Kraken.
you actually get to be the Kraken.
Yeah.
I love that watching this, I'm like, oh, okay, it's a pirate game, like another themed
But
pirate
I'm nervous
game.
about a game where you are going to be able to yell, "Release the Kraken," because I don't know what's going to come
Release
next.
the Kraken.
I think you do know what's going to come next.
Exactly.
And that's why you're nervous.
So, looking at this game looks amazing. I love the boats. Did you see the boats that
Yeah,
hold the
that hold
cards
the
and
cards.
stuff? They look
That's an extra, but
fantastic.
yeah,
It is.
It's an affordable extra. That's like $3 per boat.
Super
Yeah.
affordable, right?
And I love this opening video too. Like right off the bat, I'm like taken with it because it gets you into the theme, but it also shows you mechanically how it works. Like
They did an
seamlessly.
amazing job on
Yeah.
on the video, absolutely. And I like the fact that you're all trying to fight for this treasure, and there's ways to go through, mess up your opponent, and change things.
But isn't the true
like it's
treasure
so
friendship?
thematic.
What the world needs now.
Is love, sweet
Wow, you
love.
really stopped her in her tracks on that one.
All right, so I'm going to tell you what I don't like, though, is the
Okay.
fact that this is a 15-minute game.
But it's not. It says 60 minutes, doesn't it?
It was a 15-minute game.
Yeah.
Check the. No, I thought it said 60. I was going the opposite with it because I thought, oh,
No.
this looks like a cool little filler, and then it's like 60 minutes. And I
No,
was
it's
like,
No,
wait,
this is
what?
a
15.
15-minute party game.
Oh, where did I get 60 from?
I don't know. Maybe, well, that was Nocturion, maybe.
Have you been drinking?
So
I can neither confirm nor deny.
they're playing like one round of this. And I don't feel like that's enough. Like, what happened? Why would you get all those cool boats and spend the time to put this out and everything
For
for
15
minutes?
minutes?
All right, scroll through this thing. There's
It's a-
got to be a 60 minutes somewhere. You know what it was?
I feel like
think
it's
it
one of those
was-
games though. You're not gonna just play once. I feel like you're gonna play
Yeah.
a couple
You're
times.
do it over and
Yeah.
over again.
I think it was maybe it was the board game brawl video that maybe it mislabeled it as 60 minutes
Maybe.
because I watched because I wanted to see more of the gameplay.
Uh-huh.
So maybe that one says 60 minutes. I don't know.
Maybe. I think this one was a harder one as I was going through to try to find all the information
I
on
liked
it.
that
Yeah.
it was shorter, honestly, because
I think like 30 minutes.
30 would be better. But I'm
You
60
know?
minutes
Say
when I saw that. I
15-minute quick
15
party
minute
game.
quick party game.
Oh, that is so weird. All right, keep going. I want to get to the bottom of this. I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. Go to the board game brawl video.
Oh my gosh.
I like the programming element.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, I like the sort of
Look at
bluffing and
those
double
boats.
bluffing,
Look at those
the
boats.
hidden information.
I'm on a boat.
No, I think that was the only downfall for me. I was like, okay, well, I guess maybe you could change the game and do like 3 rounds and do like most points or best of.
Well, I was
or-
kind of confused by
like,
the fact
score
that
it
it's like a
differently?
15-minute party game, but it seemed like it had enough like. But I'm immune to purple tentacle stuff going on that it would almost be kind of confusing. So like I was like, well, who is this geared for? Is it geared for like gamers or is
maybe
it geared
it
for
took
like
him
anybody?
60 minutes. Yeah, maybe that's it, Kabuki Kid.
Well, my concern with this one, I'm not a big Smash Up fan, and this felt kind of Smash Up-y, but I feel like that part, there it is, the board game brawl video.
This one?
Yeah.
You feel like it said 60
I
minutes?
think it did. I have to know. But I think you can mute it. I think he just puts it up.
I don't know.
But I think it sort of fixes what I didn't like about Smash Up in that a lot of the information's hidden. So, like with Smash Up, you're sitting there doing all the math
Oh,
over
yeah,
and over
you
again.
know how kind of
Yeah.
how everything's going to work out whenever you do it. Does he have like a little timer thingy on here or what?
I thought he had like a little like information placard where it was like name of the company.
No.
There it is. There it is. 60 minutes. I have been vindicated.
Huh.
So I think I thought it was
60
short.
minutes would be too long.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
So when you were like, "Oh, I hate that it's so short," I had the opposite feeling because I think I was going through it, thought it was short, and then I watched this and I was like, "Oh, 60
We're
minutes."
talking a lot about
No.
feelings this year.
Well, I'm trying to get in touch with my feelings. I've been pushing everything deep down inside, and no,
All right.
we're all over the map because that 60 minutes.
Because the
thing,
60
I
minutes versus 15.
apologize.
I think 30 minutes would be great. Like, if I could go ahead and do... Because why are you going to spend the money on super badass-looking boats?
Yeah, that was my
And
big
stuff
turnoff.
like
was
that,
like, if it's
and,
15,
like-
short game.
because I don't really want any more little short
Yeah.
filler games right now. I've got a
30
lot
minutes,
of those.
Yeah, 30 minutes would be better.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why you would
I
do
don't
that. I don't know why it's
typically
15
kickstart
minutes.
filler games, right? Like, why would you kickstart a filler game? For the most part, like, you can pick those up for like
Well, this is
$25 on like in a
Yeah.
store.
Yeah.
And I
super
think
easily.
that it's easy enough
Support
to
a small company
play
or whatever, I guess.
that
yeah.
it would, you know, it's party game-ish, so it's open like to newer gamers and stuff. Like I could play my mom with this, you know, or like my
Yeah.
kid with this, and
Your
it's
mom
exciting.
loves pirates, so
Well, right, exactly. She loves pirates. It's exciting being the Kraken, attacking the boat. Like that's such a fun theme and stuff. And you're kind of fighting with the other Krakens, and then you're getting like treasure, which is awesome. Everybody loves treasure. Who
it does
doesn't
look
love
like
treasure?
It does look like it's a pretty fun game, though.
yeah, it
does
looks
look fun.
like so much fun. And then as soon as I came to that 15 minutes, I was like, what the heck? Like, why? So
Well, I don't know. I feel like sometimes those filler games are the ones that actually get played the most.
yeah,
You
Well,
know,
especially
and
for
so I'm
you.
not as
You play a
averse
lot of
to them.
those.
I do.
So-
I think everybody does. The Mine, Drop It, Illusion, those kinds of games. Just One. Those games.
they're
get to
good
the
like
table a
openers
lot,
and
yeah.
stuff
Well, that's true. Like,
for
we
parties.
played just one with my mom and everybody for like I don't know, probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it's a
Yeah.
short game.
All right. So this is by Titan Forge Game. It's for 2 to 5 players, and the base pledge for this is $25. I think for $25, like
It feels like a pretty safe bet.
I think so.
I mean, you get the stripped down version. You don't get all the cool.
the boats and everything.
But
Kraken
like you
minis
said,
and
the
boats and
add-ons and
stuff.
stuff really weren't that expensive. It's
No.
not like sometimes when they're like, "Oh, a deluxe version of the game is $50," you're like, it's double the price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can pick
All
up,
right.
you can pick and choose.
Greg, what do you think?
I'm actually kind of tempted with this one. I think I'll show it to my wife and see if she is as well. But I'm kind of in. $25. It looks. My only aversion is that it might be too smash uppy. That's not my favorite.
Right.
But I think it fixes that with the hidden tentacles, where you can't sit and recalculate.
It's not very
everything
often you
over
get to
and
say
over again.
that.
Yeah.
sentence.
I
Yes.
mean,
I think it's fixed by the
it
hidden
does
tentacles.
matter.
That might be
It
the first time that's ever been
does
said.
matter how
in
you
the
feel
history of
about the hidden
mankind.
tentacle portion of this
Yeah, if
game.
you're down with hidden tentacles, I think you can be very pleased.
I mean, I like hidden tentacles and visible tentacles.
I wouldn't say I'm a tentacle guy, but I mean, I'm not opposed to
I'll
tentacles.
take a tentacle if that's what's around.
If it's hidden, yes.
Any port in the storm.
I don't mind a hidden tentacle every once in a while.
But it's great for kids. So
Way!
that's what Vincent says. Oh wait,
Vincent.
he might not have caught up with us yet. all our tentacle
Yeah, I think these hidden
wordplay.
tentacles could be a nice filler for others.
Oh.
Oh well.
I was just responding to Roberts.
Oh my.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say I'd back this game for $25. Yeah, and then I
Yeah.
would probably play it with 3 rounds and do more of like a 30-ish minute game.
Yeah, I think so. I think
You know,
at
because
the-
there's no reason you can't change more than maybe like 1 round. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
yeah, I think if you're playing more than one round, which
Someone in the
typically
chat
you
said
do.
house rule it, yeah.
Yeah, just house
typically
rule
with,
it.
with filler games, you usually do play it more than once because you kind of play it, show somebody how to play it, and then you play it again.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
Not So Fast is a fast game, but you play it like more than once or twice. You end up playing like 4 or 5
And
rounds.
I think as a result, if you look at like your year of plays, you've actually spent more time at the table playing some of your fillers than some of your like main course games because you do play them over and
No.
over and over again. You don't
Right.
think so?
we
right.
finished
Because-
Pandemic Season 2 Legacy in 2 days.
Like
2.5
Robert
days.
White said,
Did
you
really
know,
finish?
We finished it.
we
yeah.
did.
You
We did.
did?
Yeah.
Wow.
We
We
did the
took
prologue.
yeah,
in
we
the
took a couple days and
first
we were
month.
like,
plays.
bam, knocked
50?
it out.
15 plays in a couple days. You didn't get burned out on it?
No.
No.
Wow, I played Pandemic Legacy Season 1 in like a couple of months, and I felt like, oh, we have to do this.
I think
again.
that makes
like,
it more burnouty though, is when
Yeah.
you take so long between games. When it's already set up
Really?
and you're just like,
Oh,
let's go to the next
hold
one.
on, so
much faster. and
Vincent
better.
is saying $25 for the mini add-on
Oh, is that
It's
not for
Did
the
somebody mess up on this? Oh,
For,
the Cabin Boy. No, that's the base
no,
game.
it says base game.
Base
Plus-
game plus
and
stretch
stretch
goals.
goals.
Plus stretch goals. It's
Yep.
stretch goals, not stretch.
Does it say street?
Cabin Boy. Cabin Boy.
Yeah. Stretch goals.
Street.
Plus stretch goals.
All right, so moving on. Okay, so wait, would you back that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think I'd back
this.
it.
I want this one. I'm
All right,
tempted by
$25
this one.
I think is done. Sold.
$25.
$25.
The good-looking guy in the red shirt with the black hat.
We
that's
have
me.
folded
forgot we had more.
spaces. That's right. So these ones here,
These actually look amazing.
yeah, these ones here we have more of like a
This is a component.
like they were quick
Accessory.
add-ons to this. Yeah, because I thought that the price was so amazing for these. I was like, "Oh my gosh, guys, like
Yeah, even the Gloomhaven one was like $25.
If
That's
y-
the cheapest
yeah.
Gloomhaven.
that's
Yeah.
the cheapest Gloomhaven insert I've ever seen." Okay.
Which I'm glad for, because I'm tired of spending like $120 for a game and then having to spend like
another
$70
$100
for the
Well,
dollars
expansion.
for an insert.
And they
The
keep
yeah.
running this Kickstarter, and they've increased their like fan base throughout, so that's a good sign
Yeah.
that people are coming back and picking
And
more
they just keep
up.
adding on more games.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
And this it's lighter
And
than
look
the
at
wood.
the games they have. It's stuff that people are actually playing.
Well, at least
Yeah.
like 800-ish of the 2,000 backers, you're right, are second time. Like they
Right.
pledged on one of the other
right.
two
So that's, I
campaigns.
mean, I haven't used this insert, but the fact that people are coming back again, if there's a game in here that you play a lot, I would definitely encourage people to
I was
try
trying to talk
these
her
out.
into like, definitely like Gloomhaven and maybe
Yeah.
like the
The
one
Arkham
from
Yeah.
Horror
Arkham
card game they just
Yeah.
showed is one that you guys love, I know.
Because
so.
these
For $10 is
inserts,
good.
yeah, these inserts are like $10, like $10,
Yeah.
$12.
Yeah, I think
like, why
it
wouldn't
goes,
you get that?
They go anywhere from like $10 to $25,
Look
and
at
that's a good price.
Side Gaia
Because I've
Project.
spent like $60-$70 on an insert before, and
Oh.
every time you do, you're like, I could get a whole game for that.
That's
Yeah.
painful.
If not 2 games.
Right.
And these look like, I don't think they sacrifice quality. It looks still durable.
And to a certain degree, I don't need like all of my game inserts to be made out of like rosewood and stuff. Like
Well, yeah.
I like the
so
ones that are made of adamantium, personally.
Yeah.
adamantium
want
inserts.
anything-
Well, you
They're
know.
like a
Or
fire safe.
unobtainium.
yeah, they're like a fire safe where you're like, the house burned down, but the only things that were safe was my birth
I wanna
certificate, which I
build-
kept in my Rising
I
Sun.
want to be able to
Damio
build a
box.
safe room out of
Yeah.
my inserts. That's how
You just stack the
durable
boxes up and they're bulletproof.
I need them to be.
There's a raid and you just get behind your game shelf and you're like, it's safe. All my inserts will protect me.
So this is made out of a like foam, like
Yeah.
foam board, and then like with the cardboard.
With a good
plasticky
outer
thing,
layer.
yeah.
Now, the
outer
thing is,
layer
you
there.
would not be allergic to putting
I
this
know. I'm
together.
so excited about that,
Yeah,
guys,
no
because
cardboard.
I am allergic to the
Cardboard and press
broken
board.
token inserts. So whatever
Which
they
she
do
still
with
puts
the
them
wood.
together, but she does it with those
Yeah.
like long surgical gloves.
Yeah, I'm like, it's time to put my
Like, up to
boards
her-
together.
like up to her shoulder, like like the ones they use for finding out what's wrong
you
with
don't
cows.
want it to touch any part of you, okay?
like a body glove.
Well, and I like the fact that they are lighter, just because some of those boxes you get, like if you have your Gloomhaven box, that's already super heavy with all of the pieces
It's
that are in it.
97 pounds.
Yeah, so like if you have a foam insert, you're not adding a whole lot of extra stuff to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. It's like a small child.
Exactly. Not that she's ever kidnapped a
So
small child.
with this particular one, it punches out the way the normal inserts would, and then you do put it together with PVA glue, which is a glue that you can get from any game store that supports miniatures. Okay, so if there's miniatures there, you're going to be able to pick up the plastic glue.
yeah, don't
basically.
pick up PVT glue. That's private glue. You don't want to use that.
Well, the plastic glue is
Unless you're working
is
with tentacles.
different. So you don't want to
Hidden
do like, you know, what is it, like the instant glue, quick dry glue, what the hell is it
Super
called?
glue?
Super glue. You
glue?
don't want to do super glue with it because it'll take too long to dry. You want to do the
Super
PVA glue
soup,
with
soup,
it, guys,
soup,
because
soup,
if you
super glue, soup,
it's the
soup,
same
soup,
stuff
soup.
that they do for miniatures and everything, because once you put it on there, like it holds really well. Okay, so
And look
that's
at
going to be
this.
the best glue for it.
2,400 backers
Yeah.
with
no.
11 days
Yeah.
still. I mean, like, this feels like a safe.
Yeah, they're like, we want $12,000. People are like, take 100,000.
Elmer's white glue is PVA. Is
Your
it
mom's
really?
glue
I
is
did not
PVA.
know that. I did not know that. I'm going to have to check that out. I've always gotten my glue directly from my local game store because, you know, they sell it there specifically for miniatures and stuff.
Hashtag
Yeah.
friendly local game store. Hashtag
But-
support small business.
I feel like you're not going to be painting it, so like if you're not painting your insert, but you're gluing it, but it fits together the same way and they're cut really well. They're still die cut and stuff. So I feel like they're really similar to the most of the wooden brands
Right,
with quality
I
wise.
think the reason why you're gluing them is so that you don't, like, when you pull them out of the box, you don't just pull a wall out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And then everything spills.
You're
into
like,
the other
oh,
container.
no.
Which, I mean, a lot of
Oh.
the other inserts ones you still have to glue and put together too. So
Well, that's true too, because you want it to be
there's
in there
guns
for
we've
sure.
had to glue
Yeah.
or tape.
Mhm. All right. So, would you back that?
I'm not a big insert person, but I would encourage people
For these
to,
prices, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go through and I'll see if there's something in there that makes sense for us because
The-
the prices are just like you said are crazy.
Right. The only reason why I don't do more inserts is because I just refuse to
Yes.
spend $50-$60 on
Yeah.
some, press board. Like, even though it makes it look nice, unless it's a game that I'm pulling out all the
Yeah.
time. And then even then, like, I got one for 7 Wonders, and then, like, I've used it, like, 3 times since then, and I'm like, dang, kind of
Yeah.
would have rather just had, like, a new game.
Another game.
Right. Exactly.
Are
So
you-
I think
is there
that.
anything in here that you guys are any games?
Oh, Gloomhaven for
Yeah, we
want
want to do the Gloomhaven
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe you can go ahead and do like special order stuff
And they have
through
the
there and
living card
everything.
game one I want to get for
Mhm.
Arkham Horror because
Yeah.
Arkham Horror is just an open box with cards.
That's the
Right.
one I thought of when you.
So,
when I was looking
Folded
for you
Space,
guys.
super awesome. Go check them out. Really excellent inserts. And
I
this
think
is
we'll back
like
2 or 3.
this is another really awesome item here.
Yeah,
this
for
is the hobby
painting,
holder.
The
Yeah,
hobby
for
holder
miniature
looks really
painting.
Sweet.
So again, another thing that has a wooden version that's very expensive, and here's the plastic version that's super inexpensive. I should have queued this up so we didn't have to see the guy talking on here a whole bunch. Sorry, guys. But with these things, you know,
Wow,
if you're into
racist.
painting miniatures, you can basically put them on these bases and you can hold on to them with your hand, and then you can rest your pinky whenever you're painting on that, and then paint very steadily. If you have never used these before, guys, like these will change the way you paint miniatures.
It's a lot better than trying to,
okay?
like, grapple, like, a little miniature and trying to be like this and hold it. Or, like, the Blood Bowl ones that are, like, spiky and you're, like, trying to hold it while you're painting.
Yeah,
And you're, like
you don't want to do
bleeding.
that.
You're like, God, it's worth it. Orc life.
You gotta put your blood,
Orc
sweat, and
life.
tears into it.
Orc life.
Well, I like Daniel's thing on here. He duct tapes his inserts. Like, no problem. That takes care of everything. Duct tape fixes everything.
You can just make your insert,
Insert out of
tape.
duct tape. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
What
but-
if your duct tape rips? Do you use duct tape?
Where's that delay where we can edit out bad humor?
With the hobby holder portions
Aw.
here, you get all of these pieces. I think like 4 pieces for you're in that $40
going
range
home.
there. So you get the portion that comes over the top that you can hold just with your 2 fingers like this, or you have the portion that you can hold with your hand as
The
well.
shaft.
Yeah, there's the top piece. It's
Mhm.
kind of the head of it, and then there's the shaft as well.
See, I knew you guys were going to be wily today. I knew you guys were going to be super wily
I'm just
today.
trying to describe the product.
I just did one of them. He followed up. That was.
Yeah, if
What we call
you
it 1-2 punch, kids.
usually these things, I know I just got one of these, or I just looked at one of these
It's
the
nice
other
'cause you
day,
can hold this by just the tip.
and it was like $80 for the same sort of thing, so it's half the price for the plastic version of it. And it's going to work just as well, guys. You can still rest your hands on things and paint with it and everything. And whenever you're painting really tiny miniatures, it's super good because you don't have to hold on to that little tiny miniature while also painting.
The only reason
like,
why you shouldn't back this is because then you'll feel really guilty about not painting your miniatures because you're like,
you're
I
like,
even
oh, I
got-
have all that
I've
gear
even-
for
I've
it.
even
I really
kickstarted
need to do
accessories to
this."
No
paint.
excuse at this point.
yeah,
That's
your shirt is
right.
really bad. You're like, oh, I really should paint these.
Oh my goodness, the comments have run away.
She's like covering them up.
No, but I like.
We don't need these. Yeah, so the other 2 don't get a hold of those comments.
I saw it already. Daniel snuck through. No, I
So-
like though that it works for like the little minis, but also like the big girthy ones
Ri-
as well.
So these last 2 ones were just a PSA for you guys. If you're into inserts and painting miniatures,
Only God can judge me.
these are must-haves, okay? Because they're half the price of what the normal stuff is, okay? Then they're amazing. You're going to get the same sort of functionality out of both things, you know, with the hobby holders and the folded spaces inserts. Like, they were completely, like, win-win with me. Like, I feel like over the
You
holidays...
guys are spending a lot of money this week.
Well, I know. That's what I'm saying. Over the holidays, I was like, these are terrible. I don't like these. And then all of a sudden, I just hit a bunch of good stuff. And I was like, oh, There goes all my
Yeah.
gift cards.
But I think
Squeeze it.
because of the
There goes
holidays,
all my
we're
gift
all
cards.
feeling like tight for cash. So
Yeah, that's probably the worst part is that they launched at a
this
really
seems like a bad time
not
of year to
great
launch a
time,
Kickstarter.
really. Yeah, that's not
After is still
The not
better, I
good
feel like,
part.
almost because there's a chance of gift cards and
Yeah.
whatnot.
gift card craziness. Well, you know. All right, guys. So, what was your favorite Kickstarter that you saw today?
Yeah. I'm
Folded Spaces.
Folded Spaces?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm torn
Ridiculously
between
pumped.
Kraken Ataken and the
LunaTix?
LunaTix.
Yeah. I'm still super down with LunaTix. Like, I'm going to play that on Tabletopia, and hopefully I'll be able to record that so everybody can kind of see it and stuff because I'm really excited about LunaTix. Did you said Folded Spaces and you were Kraken Ataken?
Yeah, between Kraken Ataken.
Yeah, we
and
already did.
LunaTix,
All right,
yeah.
Oh,
sorry.
thank God your mom joined
Oh my
now.
God. Well, hi, Mom.
Is that your mom?
Yeah.
That is my mom.
I apologize for
Just
Greg.
watch this part.
I'm glad that she missed all of the
Don't
Say that,
rewind.
now she'll rewind.
all of the hobby holder stuff. That's excellent. So, okay, we're gonna be at PAX. If you guys missed it,
PAX
PAX
South?
South. Make sure to come by,
Well, the good part
hang
of us
out,
will be.
say hi. We're gonna
Yeah, I'm
be
not gonna make
with
that one.
We'll be at
Hey,
PAX South.
hey.
yeah, we're gonna be with Skybound Games there. So if you check out Skybound Games, we should be hanging out there, demoing
See
games and stuff like
the
that.
Funkhausers game.
LunaTix.
LunaTix, yes. Sorry.
LunaTix. Yeah, apologies. Yes, TIX.
Tricks are for kids.
That's right.
Not for lunar exploration.
And what else? What else do we have coming up? Anything? I think Arizona Game Fair. So if you're in
Yeah, 'cause
Arizona
March,
or you're
which
interested,
is also when Dice Tower West is happening, is in March, right?
yeah, and so
think.
we're going to be at Arizona Game Fair in March, and we're going to be at Dice Tower West. All of us are going to be at Dice Tower West and
Yeah, big chunk of
the
us
Arizona
will.
Game Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're in Arizona or in the
Come find
vicinity,
us.
it's an excellent convention. This is their second year. They have what designer did they have?
They had
Who was
Vitala
it?
Serta, didn't
Yeah,
they?
that's right.
Yeah.
Vitala Serta is going to
Yeah.
be there.
What a
so
get.
I know it's going to be exciting.
What a
so
get.
A-list.
yeah, they do a really good job of bringing people in for that. You know, like I know
They brought
Edward.
you in.
Well, that's right. And the
And
Game Boy
Derek was
Geek is going to
there.
be there.
Yeah, Game Boy
I
Geek.
was
Yeah.
Meeple Lady.
Meeple Lady's going to be there.
What's his face from Shop and Sit Down? Sorry, I'm blanking on his name.
Is
What's
he
his
still?
face?
Oh
he
yeah,
was
he's
there last year.
he
I
was
mean,
there
I'm just
last year.
saying,
I don't
like,
know
the
if he's going.
caliber of guests in
Yeah, no,
previous
like for
years.
their first year
Yeah.
and the caliber of people that they brought there, it was amazing.
Yeah, they
so I
turned
see.
me away at the door, so that you know
That's
that their
right.
quality
They
is
did.
pretty
They were
good.
like, "Get out of here. We don't like your
They have,
kind."
like, a quality control person. They saw you and they're like,
We've heard your podcast.
You're out.
we heard your mini painting jokes.
That's right.
Oh no, she's gonna rewind. Don't do it.
Don't rewind.
Yes.
Mom, I'm sorry.
And you know what, Marie?
No one told me parents would be
Yeah,
watching.
they were. She reminds me that get your tickets early for that. So the prices do go up as you get closer to it. So make sure to get
Mhm.
your tickets. And Dice Tower West is sold out, so you can't do anything there. You can basically like sit outside
to
in the
crash
lobby and try to distract people, and
Yeah.
you know, be one of those people.
Mhm.
What do we have here? Headed to New York and then to Gamma. Oh, Daniel's going to Gamma. Have you ever been to Gamma?
I have once.
Did you like it?
I did.
Gamma, 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 gamma,
'Cause
gamma.
Gamma,
gamma,
I'll have to
there's-
do that
gamma.
sometime.
There's no public. I know that
Gamma.
sounds like so like oh, there's no public.
I don't
But it
like
means
the
you could, like,
public.
You can get to the booths and talk to them, and they have time to talk to you about the product. It's not like, all right, 4-minute demo next.
Where they're
next,
trying to
next,
rush
Why did
you
they
out.
let you in then?
I don't know.
Who were you there with?
I snuck in.
Were you there with somebody important?
Maybe.
Were you there with
I
Dan?
could either confirm nor deny.
Were you there with Dan?
Maybe, possibly. We got some audio for Hooked on Geek, actually. That's shoot if I
Because
don't.
I know there's no way they're letting you in there.
Maybe.
All right,
What-
guys.
what-
All right, guys. I'm ending it. Thanks so much for joining us today. Check
Worst
us out at
episode ever.
gloryhound.com. If you want to see what's coming up next week, check out Dice Tower. Then come back here and chat with us about everything.
Word.
Where can we find you, Greg?
Hooked on Geek, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. New episode every Monday.
The dumpster behind Chili's. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Magic Arena.
As Dr. GloryHogg.
GloryHogg,
Dr.
Yeah,
GloryHogg.
that's right.
Look it up.
That's right.
Facebook.
And thank you so much for all of your comments, guys. We love interfacing and talking with you guys. And we will see you guys next week.
Maybe at PAX
Thanks
South.
for putting up with our shenanigans.